Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ITPW Response. I am your commentator, Kevin Christmas. I know, I'm not Australian. What a surprise. Hell yeah. However, we are going to start off this evening immediately with a banger, ladies and gentlemen. A last chance X Division matchup. And not only that, it is going to contain four very hungry individuals in a table eliminator match. Not just a normal eliminator match, ladies and gentlemen, no. A table eliminator match. Once you put your opponent through a table, they are done. The match continues until there is one person standing, and out first, a man with a very scary aura about him. Honestly, my body went immediately cold. The hype for the show began, and then Talon Blackveil walks out the ring and scares the living bejesus out of me off of Rip. And like I say, this is the last opportunity humanly possible for these four individuals for that ITPW X Division Championship. And let's not forget, that X Division Championship, that in itself is a huge achievement. That in itself is an accolade that you can put on your resume until the end of time. But let's not forget that that could be cashed in for a greater opportunity. This is not just a championship. This is almost like a gateway opening up to bigger things in ITPW. However, that lantern may be the source of all hope for the other three in this matchup. There is only one way to find out, though, and that's getting this opening matchup underway. This is gonna be something, I'll tell you that. And of course, before I got cut off, of course, I am Kevin Christmas, the stand-in commentator for this evening. However, we go from one source of energy to an entirely different source of energy. As Fallout Boy rings out around this arena, Azriel, the Dominican assassin. I mean, listen, I might not have been at the booth for every single ITPW episode, or any for that matter. I've been there for one match, and I can tell that this man is all business. This man is ready for an opportunity at any championship, it feels like. Obviously has that kind of confident essence surrounding his body at the moment. It does Azriel. But you gotta think, if you're staring in front of you right now is Talon Blackveil, the ferryman, you're done. Like, as well as the other two individuals in the matchup that we are bound to see. But off rip, Azriel looks confident. And maybe there's a little bit of anxiety lurking within the bones, within the soul of Azriel, but he's definitely not letting it show. Oh my. And the third competitor in this matchup, the Ripper, Captain Captain J himself, Jay Sparrow. And I talk about some kind of confident aura, some kind of feeling that I get just standing back at this desk. Jay Sparrow, as it says on the graphics team are on point. Rowdy and ready to roll is almost perfect for Jay Sparrow. This man almost is aggression personified at points, but is very, very smart with the way that he handles himself. But honestly, this is just a huge clash of styles. And this is exactly what ITPW and the X Division, the X Division? You know what I mean, is all about. A clash of styles coming together to battle in the middle of the ring. And we're getting that right now at Response. And as we await the final competitor in this matchup, and this is a man, unlike everybody else, a man that I have watched very, very closely on other shows, such as the Takedown Network, such as Peak Elevation Pro Wrestling. That being the Omega, Ryan Castle. And of course, there's a lot of things I could say about Ryan Castle, the individual. But, well, I think the graphics team, once again, are on point exactly. As much as I wanted to big this man up, this man is confidence. This man is borderline arrogance. But I think in the last few months, for definite, it is absolutely deserved. Ryan Castle has taken one of the biggest leaps I've seen from an individual in the last few years that I've been doing this. And I'm personally very impressed by Ryan Castle, but like I say, as the nameplate says, has a tendency to run away like a coward, some might say, especially when it refers to the answer, Tommy Fenn. But of course, that's neither here nor there, but as a huge Tommy Fenn fan, I know who I'm sided with in that situation. Sorry about that, Ryan Castle. However, back to the matter at hand. This four-way table eliminator. You see Talon Blackveil, you see Azriel, Jay Sparrow, and of course, the Omega Ryan Castle. And away we go. Off rip immediately, pairing off into twos. Jay Sparrow and Talon Blackveil, and Azriel and Ryan Castle pair off. DDT on the apron off of rip. Oh my goodness. And I would like to point out at the beginning of this matchup, if I do miss any of the action, this is going to be one hell of a thing for me to try and keep up with. Two matches at once, basically. It's now Talon just throwing Jay Sparrow around the ring, and Ryan Castle with a flying knee trying to send Azriel to the outside. Now Talon Blackveil taking his time with Ryan Castle. Obviously showing that there's no allegiances between these four individuals, and why would there be? There's a championship opportunity at stake, ladies and gentlemen. And now Jay Sparrow, Ryan Castle teaming up together. A beautiful suplex between the two, working in unison, but that's stopping almost immediately. Now Ryan Castle throws a springboard forearm, sending the captain down. And now, back to being paired up. There is a table in the ring. There is a table in the ring. And now a cavalcade of lariats from Ryan Castle as Talon Blackveil gets sent to the outside. And now Azriel going for something. Oh, gets caught. Gets caught with the big strike, and then Ryan Castle capitalizes with a senton on that table. And that's exactly the kind of dynamics that we'll see. You'll see Ryan Castle try and respectfully weasel his way into any opportunity to gain an advantage. Jay Sparrow with aggression, Talon Blackveil with very much an intimidation factor, and Azriel being slick and smooth and calculated with movements. As Jay Sparrow with a neck break on the inside of the ring. Ryan Castle grab a little bit more of the table. As now there's two tables in play. Beautiful side suplex, and now, oh! Head first goes Azriel into that table on the part of Jay Sparrow. Now These four individuals are going to go at it like nobody's business. Ryan Castle falls to the outside, crashes and burns. And now Ezreal counters Jay Sparrow. And what is this reverse DDT? As Ryan Castle trying to build up a little bit of momentum on the outside here. After being tossed around like a sack of hot rocks. Oh my goodness. Single leg kick, and now what is this? Azrael, beautiful suplex, face first. Goes Captain J. But now back to his feet. The Ripper trying to capitalize on a little bit of a distraction on the part of Azrael. Talon Blackbelt, meanwhile, is having his way with Ryan Castle. Just as I say, that commentator's curse. It's going to happen a lot in this matchup. This matchup is going to be hectic as hell. Big forearm by Talon now. Talon Blackbelt in control of the legs of Ryan Castle. Meanwhile, Azrael gets sent off the ropes at a big knee. Goodness gracious, that knee felt that in his nose, felt that in his cranium. And now, what is Jay Sparrow looking for here? No, Azrael with the counter, another DDT. And now Talon Blackbelt trying to capitalize. And no, again, like I say, there are no allegiances to be had in this matchup. You got to have eyes not only in the back of your head, not only in the front of your head, but in all sides. You need that 360 peripherals, ladies and gentlemen. Talon Blackbelt going for something huge on Jake Sparrow. Choke slam through the table. And Jake Sparrow is the first man eliminated. Oh my lord. As a table has just been, I don't want to say the word spawned into existence, but crazier things have happened on shows that I've been involved with. And now Ryan Castle trying to get rid of Azrael now. Maybe in a powerbomb-like position, no, countered. What is this? Slingshot into the table goes Ryan Castle. Definitely testing the sturdiness of the table. And now what is this? Elevated flatliner. Goodness gracious me. That elevated flatliner down to the River Styx, as it is more widely known. And now, Talon Blackbelt in the corner with Ryan Castle. Exploder suplex. Ryan Castle folding up like a pancake on Shrove Tuesday. And now Azrael, trying to capitalize with the table in hand. There's 3 tables in the ring. There's 3 individuals left, but not every single one of them are going to be put through a table. And now Azrael trying to find a way to get to Ryan Castle, but a Kamagoye by Castle instead on Blackbelt. And Azrael looking to counter. What is this? Deadlift. Beautiful suplex, gut wrench style, high angle on that lift as well. That's even more impressive by Azrael. And now Talon Blackbelt in control of the Dominican assassin. But no, he fights his way free, tries to make as much separation as humanly possible. Goes round. Oh, Cazador into a super kick. Right, Castle has a chair. And you can tell immediately that Azrael is busted open just on the side of his the right-hand side of his head, excuse me. I can't even get my words out. And now tag team maneuver now, Ryan Castle. Oh, double suplex through the table. Ryan Castle has been eliminated. I wasn't sure if Ryan was close enough to the table to get eliminated, but we are down to the final 2. Talon Blackbelt and Azrael off the rope stunner by Azrael. And oh my word, Azrael maybe looking for another table. I don't really think it's necessary given that there's one in the ring, but any more opportunities to win this matchup, he'll take it. And face first goes Talon Blackbelt into the table. And again, Azrael putting that table to good use, and also using the underside where all the metal and all the legs of the table are. It's going to cause more damage to your opponent, and then just throwing the table on top of Talon Blackbelt on the outside. Slowing it down, those shots to the midsection. Now a shot to the back of the head by the Dominican assassin. And now deadlift, powerbomb on the outside. And now maybe looking for something sweet. No. And it is counted away by Talon. But Azrael Again, not wasting any motion. Still back on the offensive. Table, head first. Goodness gracious. Now Azrael maybe being a little bit indecisive with what he wants to do with this table here. When I was talking about no wasted motion, there is only wasted motion with that situation with the table. Nearly ended up in like a third row there. And now what is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. That was innovative. That leg over the chest, the containment breach, as it says in my notes, that was not what I was expecting in the slightest. As you see the blood dripping down the face of Azrael right now, but he's not equipped with a lariat. Maybe a little bit south of the border, back of the head maybe. But either way, what is this? Face buster on the parts of the table. That could cause a laceration to the top of the head of Talon Blackveil if he's not careful. But oh my lord, that is a landing that nobody wants. And Azrael is in full control, still maybe being a little bit indecisive. Maybe the pressure of this matchup, maybe the idea of this opportunity weighing in his mind a little bit too much. Now Blackveil back to his feet and inside the ring we go. Blackveil now trying to play a bit of mind games here. It's almost like a game of chess in a match like this. As now, what is this? Beautiful blue thunder bomb on the outside. Maybe a little bit less rotation than he would have liked, but still a beautiful sit-out power bomb nonetheless. And now a Singapore cane. Oh, but Table beats Singapore cane in a game of rock, paper, scissors, so to speak. Although there were no rock, paper, or scissors in that equation, but we ball. Talon Blackveil now sending Azrael into the corner. Turnbuckle, what is this? Snake eyes off of the ropes. Big, and momentum is rolling with Talon Blackveil right now. And now trying to figure out what he wants to do with this extra table on the outside. Baseball slide misses. Talon ever so slightly able to dodge that, and Azrael maybe looking to capitalize off of his mistake, but no, Talon now moving back in the inside. Very smart to dodge the attacks of Azrael. Takes some time to try to grab that table, but gets countered into an Irish whip off of the ropes. No, reversal jawbreaker. And now Blackveil sends Azrael into the corner. This could be it, right into the table. Oh, no. Don't know what he was going for there. Maybe like a reverse STO situation, but Azrael fights his way free. And what the hell is this spinning pile driver? Oh my lord. Up, around, and down goes Talon Blackveil and gets dropped right on his head. And down he goes. And now what is this? I believe the table was slightly blocking the view that I had on my monitor. Big knee. And the back of Blackveil's head bouncing off of the ITPW canvas. And a big shot with the table one more time. Table maybe giving way a little bit, maybe being used too much as a weapon, that the legs ain't standing on their own. Hip toss, drop kick by Azrael, and that's exactly what I was expecting out of someone who names themselves the Dominican Assassin. Smooth, no wasted movements, big knee. As slick as ever. As slick as ever is Azrael. Now, oh my goodness. Again, dropping the table over and over again. Making sure that the evil spirit, so to speak, of Talon Blackveil stays down long enough for Azrael to take advantage and put him through a table. Whether or not that happens is an entirely different prospect, mind you. And let's not forget, even though Ryan Castle and Jake Sparrow have been eliminated in this matchup, this is still for a shot at the X Division Championship. There's a big elbow in the center of the ring, that running elbow, that killing joke. again, looking at my notes. But that running elbow has put many a people away. And Azrael might be the next individual to be put down to something like that elbow. But now Talon Blackveil trying his all to do something with these tables now, choking the life out of Azrael right now. And now sending, no. Whoa! Maybe both of these individuals need a bit of a breather, that's for damn sure. And now Azrael off of the, no, holds on again. And now big forearm, what is this? Azrael's thinking of something. DDT on the apron with a springboard include a little bit more pizzazz, and then a Kamagoye on the outside. Not giving Talon Blackveil a moment's rest, but a forearm. And now shot right between the shoulder blades. Now another elevated flatliner down to the river Styx one more time. Maybe that river's getting a little bit more overpopulated than it normally does. But that is right on the concrete floor, face first for Azrael, whatever way you look at it. And now Talon Blackveil grabs that table, sets it up. Hopefully the table can support its own weight. We've seen earlier in this matchup where tables have not been able to support their own weight due to the usage. Oh my goodness. The CMD trying to end the life of Azrael. That claw right into the mouth. But no, Azrael come back to life, creating separation after all of this. And maybe I'm thinking Talon Blackveil might have been split open at one point or another in this matchup. Suplex, no, go into a knee to the face by Azrael. These two bloodied up, battered and bruised. Crossbody out of the corner. Azrael trying to build some momentum, but Talon Blackveil says, hell no. Sideswipe though. DDT on the floor. And that DDT had some sting behind it. And now the Dominican Assassin is rolling, looking for his opportunity, looking to stamp his ticket into that X Division Championship matchup. But no, Talon fights his way free. Now in the clutches, but no, another DDT. This time sits out with it. Make sure that Talon feels all of the impact to the back of his head. And now, what is this powerbomb position? This is dangerous for Talon. A power through the table. Azrael wins the last chance at that X Division Championship match. What a matchup. As Azrael stamps his ticket, Fallout Boy plays one more time. I'm happy about that win. What a win for the Dominican Assassin, outlasting 3 other individuals with blood dripping down his forehead. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with ITPW Response. And just off a rip, we have an interesting matchup. That's one way to put it. As out comes Dwayne Chambers, supported by his brother Evan. And you could just tell the energy of these two. But I'll just say now, I don't know. I have no idea how they are this energetic, this excited, about this situation. See, I've done my research. They're hyping each other up. I think that's what you need. I think you need a bit of a, I don't know, just hoping and praying to face this individual, if you could even call him that. I don't even... Listen, this is my first time experiencing this. I'm very concerned and very confused. It's Mobgus. I'm looking at my notes here. The Nevada Madman owns, as far as I'm aware, a fast food chain containing what can only be described as definitely not human meat. I mean, there's some weird individuals that I've seen before. I mean, I've called matches for people like Big Ham Hayes, for example. People like El Valentino. I've watched a man come back from the dead as a homeless individual in my lifetime. So Mupgus as a concept is just insane to me. As far as I'm aware, has survived many nuclear winters. I don't know where he's living to live through nuclear winters, because everything's. I mean, unless you're from certain parts of the world, I guess. But I don't even know how you're able to sustain in that kind of condition, to be entirely honest. But away we go with Dwayne Chambers against Mupgus. Only an ITPW, folks. And immediately Dwayne Chambers off rip, and you can see how pasty white Mupgus is, and immediately takes a shot that he can feel right up his spine if it's still intact. Who knows? Beautiful suplex by Dwayne Chambers. I mean, despite the hilarity of the situation, Dwayne Chambers is a very accomplished wrestler in his own right. Has not been given the opportunity to shine, so to speak, like some other people on the roster have and will do later on tonight. But this is definitely a unique experience. Big splash by Mupgus. Cover 1, 2. No. I don't even know how much Mupgus weighs, what Mupgus is even made out of. He could be made out of the same thing as Wacky Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man, for all I know. This man could be made out of hopes and dreams. Or nightmares, I guess. But now Dwayne Chambers being sent off of the ropes regardless of what the hell's going on. Drop down, big knee right to the midsection. And of course being accompanied by his brother is Dwayne Chambers, Evan. And you'd think that sibling help, that sibling motivation might be there to help defeat Mupgus, who... I have a genuine question. This is not about the wrestling match, but how does Mupgus have pink hair? But meanwhile, oh my goodness, deadlift suplex. That's exactly what I was talking about, being a very accomplished wrestler. But I mean, pink hair is one thing, believe me. I've seen plenty of people come out to the ring with pink hair, excuse me. But a pink beard, and knowing the past history of one Mupgus, I dread to think. I dread to think if his hair was initially white and it's been filled with some weird concoction of radiation and human remains. I dread to find out, but misses the elbow nonetheless. And now a deadlift, German suplex, no, back suplex, excuse me, even faking me out there. And now Dwayne Chambers trying to wail away at whatever's left of the flesh of Mupgus, and now big knee. And another. I don't even understand how Mupgus is still alive or functioning, to be entirely honest. I mean, that man is the same color, I say that man is heavily implied in quotation marks. Mupgus is the same color as our referee's shirt here tonight. Mupgus is in fact the same color as the ITPW ring canvas. And I might be pale myself, but that is not a healthy complexion to be. Meanwhile, dropkick misses. Mupgus still has enough IQ points to know what the hell's going on inside of a ring, I guess. There's now a big strike. Big strike by Dwayne Chambers, a kick out at 1. By what only I could describe as a half-dead individual. And now Mupgus somehow trying to fight his way free of something. It's like something you'd see out of WWE 2K20 Originals. However, Dwayne Chambers looking to capitalize off of that suplex. Mupgus was down for an extended period of time, excuse me, and a big axe handle off of the top rope. This is absolute insanity. Meanwhile, shooting star press. Oh my god, don't just pull that out of nowhere, Dwayne Chambers. Cover 1, 2, no. Dwayne Chambers has the physical ability to pull off a shooting star press. Mupgus might as well just say bye-bye, but no. Shot with the elbow. Now a big tackle, another one. An explosion of a strike by Mupgus, and then a flying lariat, just like the radiation flying in the air. And now going all the way from Nevada to hit this bulldog on the canvas. And a quick cover as, I believe Dwayne Chambers has been split open. Whether or not that may be by design on the part of Mupgus, but let's not let that Nevada madman know what the hell's going on. He will exactly what I was talking about. He will work on that. He will work on that laceration and try and extract every single drop of blood out of Dwayne Chambers' human body to do some heinous things. Let's say. And speaking of which, the almost seemingly lifeless body of Dwayne Chambers. No, playing a bit of possum there. He was being dragged to the center of the ring, but gets pushed away. Dwayne Chambers now, what is this? Oh my goodness. Over the head, face first goes Mupgus. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3, no! I mean, that man has survived a nuclear attack or 12. I don't actually know, to be entirely honest. But Mupgus he's stronger than he looks. And now, I don't even know what the hell this man has in mind. It's gonna be something. Oh, that elbow! Oh, hell no! That elbow was good, sprung for damn sure. Jesus. That shot was rough, and now trying knee right on the lower back and the stranglehold around the neck, but no. Chambers fights his way free, but I see you know your judo well, Mupgus, with that judo throw. But this ain't no succulent Chinese meal, this is human flesh we on about right now, boy. But Dwayne Chambers fights his way free like a man possessed. Back body drop. And that might be it. Cover 1, 2, no. Oh my lord. And now what the hell is this? Out of the corner, stomping away at what I can only assume is the concave chest of Mupgus, and gets reversed, nearly sent to the outside. But Mupgus able to hold on, and just gets palmed back inside the ring. That is some filth if I've ever seen it. And now, what is his back body drop again? And now what is, stomping away at the head is Dwayne Chambers, and now the referee trying to sort out some kind of, the shooting star press. There was an issue with the turnbuckle pad. Shooting star press by Dwayne Chambers, and that usually follows up with what can only be described as the sleeper suplex again on the face. Mupgus gets hit with it one more time. And 1, 2, 3, Mupgus. It might not have taken a nuclear winter to take that man out, but he has been taken out by one Dwayne Chambers. And of course, like I say, the brotherly support willing the brothers Chambers to a victory.
I got the torch, we about to burn down the thrones. We need a change, look at the world that we live. Look how the evil is grown, all the innocence lost. We need a new beginning, man, the vision is off. We need to wage war, yeah, we need to rage on. I'm here, war boots, I'ma buy a pair. No suits, just fighters here. Grassroots and some riot gear. I'm still fly like a pilot jet. Brave hearts never die in fear. I ain't a stranger to the danger. I'ma live and I'm dying here, yeah. So I'm looking up more. Cause I know what I'm up for. Cause we need a change. And I'm starting an uproar. We started started a ruckus. Yeah, we started a ruckus.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and all non-binary pals, live from Brisbane, Australia. And oh boy, do we have a banger right now. After what can only be described as something insane. There's no other way to put it other than insane. Mupkus was in the ring, but anyway. On his way to the ring, one half of the tag team champions, Joshua Sanchez. Now, Joshua Sanchez, of course, having the numbers advantage, very akin to what we saw with Dwayne Chambers just a few moments ago, with his tag team partner, Xander Daniels, on the outside. But this matchup is going to be one hell of a little challenge. But not only Joshua Sanchez, but his opposition. Now forgive me, I might not know the lineage of the ITPW tag team titles. That is just the nature of being a stand-in commentator for the time being. However, I can tell you just from looking at my notes, this is going to be fun. And speaking of fun, if you were there for the ad break, if you were willing to sit down during that break, everybody go check out at APW. And I'm not just saying this as a fan of APW, I'm saying this as a takedown associate. However, back to the action, and this is the man I was talking about. Joshua Sanchez's opponent, the Butcher, Adam Harper. And again, forgive me for not knowing a hell of a lot about both Joshua Sanchez nor Adam Harper. But this man is a large individual. A very large individual, mind you. However, from what I understand, Adam Harper is deceptively fast, despite his size. From what I have seen, that man, despite this intimidating, powerful aura that is presented with us right now, this man is insanely fast. But of course, let's see how he does against a champion opposition in the form of Joshua Sanchez. And referee rings the bell, and immediately a DDT countered. Sanchez just running in and gets hit immediately with a DDT. I don't know how smart that is. As you can see off of rip. But Joshua Sanchez is giving up some kind of physical disadvantage here in terms of height and weight, and a big splash is not going to help on the part of Adam Harper. Oh, and another one, but this time went to the well one too many times in the early stages of the matchup. Joshua Sanchez had it counted. And of course, you got to think, if you are Joshua Sanchez, you're looking to keep yourself completely fresh, completely ready at a moment's notice as you're holding championship gold. That is the case for anybody who holds championship gold ever, to be entirely honest. It's almost like a big red target has been painted on your back as we have a Uranagi sat down on the floor. And normally I'd follow that up with a Wiranagi, but that, since I'm on my ones right now, that doesn't make no much sense. But here we are. But as I was saying, Joshua Sanchez, he has a target on his back, as does Xander, to be entirely honest, because you have something that is an accolade. I mean, we saw earlier on tonight, just in case you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, that table eliminator four-way matchup to start the show. That is what people are willing to do to get a hold of championship gold. As what is this facebuster? But that is what people are willing to do. Members of the ITPW roster are willing to do the championship gold and the spine buster by Joshua Sanchez. And now trying to work on the legs, trying to keep the bigger individual, Adam Harper, down. Granted, the height disadvantage isn't much, but that still plays into a factor when it comes to the reach advantage that Adam Harper may possess. But oh my goodness, face breaker. Of course, a normal face breaker, we normally see a 360 motion added to that. But he calls that the fine cut when that is hit. But of course, that being no rotation, that is a normal face breaker. Shot to the kidneys now by Harper. Now Adam Harper looking to build up some momentum. Another shot to the kidneys, another shot to the internals. And you got to think, the more shots you take to the lower back, the more your vital organs are going to feel it. And now a big suplex. I mean, the more you take shots on your back in general, the more you're going to feel it. I mean, let's think about Bas Rutten and his old favorite liver shot in the UFC. If you get hit in the parts that are important, there are no way you can continue whatsoever. In fact, you could cause yourself a lot of permanent damage. And speaking of damage, that lariat into a cover out of the corner, a kick out by Adam Harper. Of course, that is the first 2 count, I believe, in this matchup. And now, if Fireman's carrying, no. Sanchez able to fight free. And a DDT on the floor. On the floor? On the canvas. Goodness gracious. And now shot right to the leg. And oh my goodness, working it on the midsection now. He finished with the legs, hit the midsection, and now going for the back of the head. Jesus Christ. Adam Harper's dome bouncing off of the canvas like a basketball during the Lakers game last night. Oh. Big pile driver by Joshua Sanchez. This could be it. No. The referee holds up that too. I think Joshua Sanchez believes it could have been a 3 count. I believe it could have been a 3 count. Getting dropped on your head like that is no fun time, I'll tell you that. And now shot again to the leg and again to the midsection. Joshua Sanchez is rocking and rolling right now. But just as I say, that commentator's cursed yet again. Adam Harper looking to build some momentum with a lariat. Another lariat and another kick right to the head. Catches Joshua Sanchez maybe on the button, right on the chin, and a lariat. No! Going for that exalted clothesline. But now a big back body drop. Big back suplex, and now what on earth is Joshua Sanchez thinking? Jesus Christ, the impact on that strike. Referee rolls down into position. And that is it. My goodness. What a strike. That elbow was disgusting. We might need to get some help out for Adam Harper, to be entirely honest. But that again proves why these two are the tag team champions and hold championship gold in ITPW. What a win for Joshua Sanchez. What momentum to build holding on to that belt. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we are back yet again with another 4-way table eliminator. And oh boy. Oh boy. Again, I can't fault the graphics team, I'll be entirely honest. Why is he here? Jonathan Blade. Now, I might not know the ins and outs of ITPW, but I know about this man. I was here. The only other time that I was here was to watch this man try and take control of ITPW, or try and weasel his way into a higher position in ITPW, I should say. This coward. I don't know why he's here. I don't know how he's weaseled his way into yet another plausible championship opportunity, to be entirely honest. Like, I mean, it says in my notes, provided by the higher-ups, that this man is not fondly liked whatsoever. I mean, you can take all that wrestling skill and throw it to the wayside. You can be talented in ring, but if you're a man like Jonathan Blade, you can take all of that wrestling skill and, to be quite frank, and excuse my vulgarity, you could shove it straight up your ass. Even, you know, it's bad when even I don't like an individual, but that's Jonathan Blade for you. Thank God he has to be put through a table or face three other members of the ITPW roster. 3 other members that are entirely worthy of a plausible X Division Championship shot. Just like this individual. Oh, hell yeah, excuse me. While I talk about the APW, the former APW Twitch champion, Leo Maverick. Of course, we talked about APW earlier on. A big fan of APW, Takedown affiliate, of course, a big friend of ITPW as well. And Leo Maverick, a 2-time Twitch champion. And that, believe you me, I've watched a lot of APW in my time. I believe it's part of my job description to keep tabs on what people like APW are doing. And that is difficult to do, to hold a championship not once, but twice. Is a very difficult challenge, and that is why Leo Maverick has proclaimed himself the best in the world. And hopefully he can prove that he is the best in the world. Hopefully at the expense of Jonathan Blade, to be entirely frank. Hopefully he can hit him with one of those beautiful kicks right on the chin. As we await another opposition for one Jonathan Blade. And of course it's the moral compass. Black Jack Beretta. Another APW mainstay. A former APW Intercontinental Champion. Black Jack Beretta. I mean, I may not know a lot about ITPW lore, as I keep on harping on about, and the higher-ups better excuse me to an extent. But what I do know, in terms of the Takedown Network, is that Black Jack Beretta has had his run-ins with people like Oliver Post as of late. I do forget what that name was that Oliver Post had bestowed upon Black Jack Beretta, but believe me, it's probably not nice. But what will be nice is to see the moral compass beat some morality into this Jonathan Blade arse. And speaking of someone that could beat some justice into Jonathan Blade, time to talk about the juggernaut, Damian Payne. With that icy cold stare, and someone who ruined our pyro budget, the Painmaker, the Juggernaut, another APW mainstay in the form of Damian Payne. And you could just tell by the intense look on the face of Damian Payne that he is ready for an X Division Championship opportunity here at ITPW Response. And looking at this Brisbane crowd, they are ready to see these 3 and Jonathan Blade go at it. Again, this was very much the difference between this match and our opener. Again, just in case you've just joined us, go back and watch the show from the beginning on demand on youtube.com. That's my plug for the show. But just in case you're joining us now, this is the second of 2 Fatal 4-Way Table Eliminators. As you see, Jonathan Blade, Leo Maverick, Black Jack Beretta, and Damian Payne. This is almost the opposite of what we saw earlier at the beginning of the show. It was 4 very, very good up-and-comers without any affiliation. Without any affiliation on my part as well, just going back and forth. And now we have 4 more APW mainstays, or 3, excuse me, and Jonathan Blade, and hopefully I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but hopefully Jonathan Blade gets his own comeuppance and gets eliminated in the next 30 seconds. And again, just like before, the 4 men pairing off. And again, almost intercepting like railway tracks moving a destination. Jonathan Blade fights his way out. Weasels his way out, I should say, with that elbow. Blackjack Beretta trying to find Damian Payne. And oh my goodness, patella drop brainbuster. Again, I can speak all day about how good in terms of skill that Jonathan Blade is, but that doesn't change the fact that Jonathan Blade is a weasel. He is a coward. He is an individual that should not be part of this ITPW roster. I mean, if the graphics team completely agree with me, you know I'm doing something right. As I believe there's a slight laceration, back to the action, on Damian Payne's forehead. Whether or not that was from a shot by Blackjack Beretta, but that DDT on the part of Leo Maverick isn't going to help. But speaking of not help, the double underhook, knees to the chest. And now table, of course. Of course, Jonathan Blade needs a table to make sure that he gets the advantage. He can't do it just purely from skill. Drop kick countered. Big shot to the face off Jonathan Blade now. And he's carrying that counter. Blackjack Beretta setting up the table meanwhile. Ooh. Yeah, Maverick though. Oh, GTS into, beautiful power. German suplex, excuse me. That dream on combination, as he calls it. And now, Leo Maverick. Shot to the leg of Blackjack Beretta. I'm just not talking about the fact that Jonathan Blade is in control right now of Damian Payne. But now, Leo Maverick, Blackjack Beretta, a match that you would typically see on APW. These 4 men fighting for position with a table. And that causing a little bit of a, again, I'd love to use this phrase, a malfunction at the junction. As there's a dive. I would have hoped that Jonathan Blade snapped his own neck, to be entirely frank. But anyway, Kamagoya incoming, in fact, from Leo Maverick on Blackjack Beretta. And now these 4 men all back inside the ring. Oh, Damian Payne being sent into the table. And now what is... Oh God, Jonathan Blade had just eliminated Damian Payne. And I disagree with the fans entirely. This is not awesome. This is awful. And now, what is this? Double rope step drop kick from Leo Maverick. Thank goodness for that. Hopefully that'll bring a little bit of humility to that of Jonathan Blade. Now Blackjack Beretta making sure that Leo Maverick gets sent to the floor, because at the end of the day, regardless of my affiliations, this is every man for himself as we are down to 3. As you see a somber Damian Payne walking to the back. Big powerbomb by Blackjack. Leo Maverick trying to charge at Beretta right now, but these two are having a little bit of a heated exchange in this matchup, I will say. Being paired off since the beginning. And now, Jonathan Blade looking for another table. And of course, there's a chair in the ring as well. That's something else to be wary of. And now, what is this? Pump paddle. A chair by Leo Maverick on Blackjack Beretta. And boom, double knees right to the midsection. And what is this now? Oh, nice. See, this is what I was talking about. Jonathan Blade is a very accomplished individual. He knows what he's doing when it comes to wrestling in this ring. As he gets hit with a Dream World knee to the face. He knows what he's doing. Blackjack Beretta, though, trying to figure out what he's doing now. Powerbomb, no. Uppercut, nearly gets sent back into the table. I dread to think what Blackjack Beretta was thinking there with that Hurricanrana possibly. And now that Impaler DDT by Leo Maverick, that Daydreamer DDT by the self-proclaimed best in the world. But now Blackjack has him up, but no, counter to win. Of course, again, Jonathan Blade grabbing that chair and trying to just he is just using everything that he can to gain an advantage. Meanwhile, Leo Maverick going for something like an Alabama slam here, but no countered. But that gets caught with a suplex. Does Blackjack Beretta face first? And now Leo Maverick, again, not focused on eliminating Jonathan Blade, which in my humble opinion, I think he should be. No, he's focusing on Blackjack Beretta. These two have some form of an issue, and now bringing back that Singapore cane that we saw in the opening stages of the first matchup. And now Jonathan Blade gets another elimination. And it is down to 2, and thank God that Singapore cane is being put to good use. The Singapore cane used as a weapon, used as a torturing device over in Singapore. And hopefully Jonathan Blade feels like he's being tortured right now by Leo Maverick. And oh, shot to the knee though. What is this now? Oh my goodness gracious me! And now what is this man doing? Oh my god, right on the table piece in fact. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, Jonathan Blade. Jonathan Blade, he is split open, by the way, just above the hairline, and slightly I see on the right hand side again. I believe there's 2 separate lacerations there, 2 separate wide open gashes on the face, and that super kick is definitely not going to help. And oh my goodness, beautiful German suplex, almost wrapping him up in a straight jacket like position, as again you see another Blackjack Beretta walking to the back and around the world. Oh my goodness, that takes some body strength, as unhappy as I am about it. And now Jonathan Blade grabbing a table just to put it back down again. There are 2 tables on the outside now. Oh my goodness. I don't know how Leo Maverick got himself caught up in that table there, but that definitely was his detriment, excuse me. And now our cameraman trying to find the perfect angle for this matchup right now is, oh my god! That DDT! That shattered DDT! Right on the 2 tables hanging on the apron, and now, oh! What is this now? What is this now? Oh my god! Leo Maverick is down and out. Leo Maverick is done after that impact. I'm surprised none of the tables broke. This is the leg, maybe that landing on the head and the neck, maybe discombobulated the best in the world for a split second. With Jonathan Blade up in the... No! Going for something. Maybe not. Oh! GTS one more time! The Dream On combination on the part of the best in the world. And hopefully after that Dream On, it's time for Jonathan Blade to say goodnight to a possible X Division Championship matchup. Now what is... I don't even know what's going on anymore. It's all... Glorious strikes. And now wrapping up the legs and almost snapping the legs of Jonathan Blade. Oh, no, I thought he was going for a big stomp, but even faked me out there in front of the crowd here. Got to get our lighting rig working with the spotlight if they go too far. And make sure the fans can keep up with all of the action. And now, oh, another big shot with that table on the part of Jonathan Blade. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness! Leo Maverick. Jesus Christ. And now big shots to the face. And now back inside the ring we go. Leo Maverick and Jonathan Blade. Once again, the final 2. Battling it out like true warriors. at the end of a 4-way elimination match. Oh, misses the big knee, however, does Maverick. That knee was definitely not akin to the best in the world right there. And oh my God. That TDC, that kick, that echoed throughout the entirety, not just of this arena, but the entirety of Brisbane. Goodness gracious me. I don't even know how to describe how impactful that kick was. Speaking of kicks, that enziguri. And now, what is this going around the world face first with that switchblade? And it's all Jonathan Blade. But we saw this earlier. We saw this in the first matchup. We saw that when Azrael was facing a very similar situation, he was very indecisive on where to put the table, where was best to put the table, and what to do with it. But now these two stand in the middle of the ring. I was going to say stand in the middle of the ring with two tables, but Leo Maverick was able to put the table away. Now what is this? Dropping Jonathan Blade right on his head with a burning hammer. Jesus Christ, that burning hammer into a backstabber. Hopefully that'll scramble the thoughts of Jonathan Blade. And now Leo Maverick looking to end this matchup. Alabama slam through the table. Leo Maverick wins the Eliminator and proves that he is the best in the world, blood and all. Thank God Jonathan Blade got knocked off there. Jesus Christ.
This world tour of mine isn't just some kind of catchphrase. It's not a gimmick, and it sure as hell didn't start up to sell t-shirts in a false dream. The John Osborne World Tour is alive and well, and its next chapter is very, very, very much real in ITPW, and you best believe that it's internationally known. Now, I won't hold the show captive, so I'll continue with the morbidly obese elephant in the room. Influencer North. Anonymous North, hell, Aussie Assassin North, it's all the same thing to me in the end. So taking something you have, something that you worked so near and dear and hard for to achieve, sounds poetic for me. It's divine intervention how I finally crossed paths with you after a year of you occupying space on this little hit list of mine that I conjured up, and ooh, don't worry. I'm gonna make sure our girl Oceana is sitting perfectly pretty around my waist, because that title deserves more than some hometown clown sideshow act who tries to insist he didn't have it out for me. This isn't about the past though, no. It's about the present, so I'm going to present you with what your future holds. This isn't even about beating you within an inch of your life, no. As much as I would most likely enjoy that, that's not what this is about. This is about me taking something away from you that I don't feel that you rightfully deserve. This is about me cementing my spot as the greatest of this generation at your expense. And what better way to do that than to take possibly the most sought-after prize in all of ITPW. Bring any one of your schizoid cosplay agendas. The result remains the same. Yeah, I'll shake your hand, but only after you acknowledge me as your new Oceania Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and of course, that was definitely some kind of fighting words on the part of John Osborne, calling out Samuel North and the Oceania Heavyweight Championship, and speaking about the Oceania Heavyweight Championship. We have a former heavyweight champion coming down to the ring right now. The sure shot, AJX. But of course, we got to talk about that little diatribe, if you don't mind me calling it that John Osborne went on. Of course, talking about wanting to face Samuel North for a good while, and of course, wanting that heavyweight championship. Something that AJX knows a hell of a lot about. It is a burden to carry a world championship. I've seen it firsthand countless times. But of course, there's a reason AJX is not current Oceania World Heavyweight Champion. Oceania Heavyweight Champion, excuse me. But of course, John Osborne going on that little hit list, that little John Osborne related tour. And I got to agree with him on one point. There is no better time for that world tour, no better place for that world tour to roll in than ITPW. And speaking of which, here comes the man that we just heard from a few mere moments ago. And you got to think, even though those words that he was spouting towards the camera, even though those things have been said a moment ago, were earlier on in the night before the show even aired, that confidence has still got to be holding up high for John Osborne. I mean, I don't blame him for being confident. But that's besides the point. I mean, he did threaten to beat Samuel North within an inch of his life, regardless of what version of Samuel North we are going to see. And that is definitely a threat, if I've ever heard one. But of course, you got to think, if you are Samuel North, you're going to keep an eye on this match as much as you can. You're going to keep it one eye on that championship and one eye on the monitor right now. And don't get me wrong, John Osborne has every right to think about world heavyweight championship implications, by the way. A former APW Universal Champion. I've spoken a lot on this show about APW and the severity of the accolades of a lot of this roster, but you got to think, APW Universal Championship, that is a world championship. John Osborne has world championship experience. So going after that Oceania Championship will be no different to him. He has experience in the big time. And that's not to say someone like Samuel North or even AJX in this current situation do not. But you got to think that kind of adds a little bit of a dynamic to that situation. If you've been around the block a few times before, it all becomes a little bit familiar. You become confident, and you don't want it to become overconfident, but we'll see that against AJX right now as the bell gets rung, and immediately AJX gets taken off of his feet and a flurry of strikes gets sent directly to sender. And now again, speaking of flurry strikes, kicks, elbows, shot to the leg, and then followed up with a knee right to the cheekbone of AJX. And again, we heard the aggression coming out of the words, coming out of the voice of John Osborne, and we're just seeing that aggression seep out of the pores of the former APW Universal Champion. But of course, AJX, he is sure of himself, hence why his name is the Sure Shot. He's got 100% accuracy, I can guarantee you. There's now a tree of woe situation, all the blood rushing to the head of John Osborne. With all those thoughts of championship implications in John Osborne's head, that's going to create some kind of discrepancy. As a big stomp by the Sure Shot. And now, oh my goodness, almost diving his back into the face of John Osborne. And maybe going for it again, and connects. Quick cover. early stages of this matchup. And you got to think, if you are AJX, you're going to be thinking very similarly to John Osborne in terms of aspirations. Of course, himself a former Oceania heavyweight champion. But you got to think, if you are AJX, hold on, here we have a DDT on the apron. If you are AJX, you got to think that John Osborne comes off as a little bit entitled. You've held on to that championship. Surely you're going to be thinking the same thing, but you're not out spouting before the show that this is the situation you want to find yourself in, and you are going to threaten a champion. You're going to threaten Samuel North. But now what is this? Meanwhile, off the ropes, arm drag. Beautiful drop kick as well, with a little bit of a twist to it. Almost like the Tony Hawk Underground twists going on right there. Now stomping at the hand. See, that's the dynamic that's at play right now. AJX is a very tall individual, but a very fast individual is now, speaking of fast, going around the world. Powerbomb! Holy crap, that powerbomb disoriented John Osborne as a cover. No, a kick out at 2. I mean, you got to think that speed advantage, that almost like his body is made out of elastic if you're AJX, whereas John Osborne has just sheer power and strikes like that, and a lariat off of the ropes. He can use high-flying maneuvers, but there's always just a little bit of hurt attached to him. As now, what is this? Big knee, no, missed. Calculated by AJX. And you got to think again, if you're the sure shot, this definitely has world title implications for you. Double stomp. Trying to drive all of the air out of John Osborne's lungs to make sure that he doesn't do any more. And now beautiful moonsault into a DDT. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Double stomp. Double stomp. Straight to the floor. 1, 2. Kick out by John Osborne. That double stomp had a lot of height and a lot of force behind it. It almost drove John Osborne through the center of the earth, it felt like. And now AJX back to the top, calling John Osborne to his feet, going for a standing swanton. I don't know how smart that would have been. But now, AJX and John Osborne. I will say, AJX has had an easy run in this matchup thus far, besides a few heavy strikes on the part of Osborne. And now what is this? No, brain busted, no! Something! It gets taken away at the last second with a sweep by Osborne. And oh my god! The red dot special! And that red dot was aimed right on the forehead of AJX, but how the hell did he kick out of the RDS? But now this time, shot to the leg, looking for that devil trigger to the back of the head. Cover. No, AJX kicks out at 2 from a combination of the RDS and the devil trigger. I don't know how. Oh, mark out! Mark out DDT by John Osborne, and again AJX kicks out. Oh my word, I don't know how this kid is still standing, still on his feet. I have no idea. But regardless, AJX looking to complete control. Now Rory kicks in the corner. You got to think, if you're John Osborne, I don't know what I can do to put this match to rest. I just hit him with my 3 biggest maneuvers, and he's still hitting me with backbreakers around the ring. He's still hitting me with anything that he can to put me down, and I've tried everything. And I'll cover off of those backbreakers. And referee holds up the 2 to AJX's dismay. And oh my god, that landing. That was not a good landing for AJX. And now, oh my goodness, ripcord forearm. John Osborne has control yet again, grabs a hold of the legs and just stomps him into the concrete floor again. I say this a lot on any show that I commentate, but the floors here, they are not soft, they are not padded. That is a concrete floor held, above that is just a thin mat. That is just a concrete floor on impact. But again, that's nothing compared to some spots that the wrestlers find themselves in. Of course, now AJX though back to the action. Cazadora super kick combination, and that super kick put down John Osborne almost imminently. And that is it. That beautiful kick. Jesus Christ, that kick had some. Oof. My goodness, that caught me off guard. That kick was disgusting by the sure shot. And John Osborne he's sprayed. He's done for. That man is struggling. Can't put away AJX. What a win for the sure shot though. Goodness gracious me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and hopefully everybody right now have enjoyed this episode of Response. Of course, I got to do my due diligence, and say show love to the Takedown Network. Watch Peak Elevation Pro Wrestling's Peak 2 that should be premiering in about a month and a half's time. And speaking of somebody that would like to show up on Peak Elevation Pro Wrestling's Peak 2, it's the headline, Kyle Noble. Now, I have called a plethora of Kyle Noble matches. In fact, I have called so many Kyle Noble matches that I was around before this man was the headline. And ever since this man has changed his allegiances, ever since this man has been the headline, granted there has been unmeasured success for Kyle Noble. That I can't deny, but the way that he presents himself, personally to me, it just doesn't sit right with me. Granted, I've seen this man on the smallest of stages, this man on the biggest of stages. I've watched this man taste defeat when he least expected it. I've watched this man face people, of course, also in Australia, in fact, in Melbourne, Australia, one of the biggest stages of his career. So, who knows? Who knows what Kyle Noble will be able to do tonight, but this will be a very interesting one-on-one for the headline. I'll tell you that for now, because Kyle Noble is facing somebody that he used to team with, a former tag team partner. Of course, these two have faced each other before now. They have faced each other previously in, I believe, cruiserweight tournaments. As we await that very same individual man? That's not English. Individual. LeBreton, the Alpha and the Omega. We had earlier on Ryan Castle claiming to be the Omega. Andrew LeBreton's just thrown that to the wayside and said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Now, I talk about Kyle Noble's change of mindset, change of general thought process about what he does inside the ring, his general nature. This is very much the same case for Andrew LeBreton, showing a very much more of a aggressive side. I mean, coming out to some Iceman kills is definitely a good way to win me over personally, but I prevailed a good shout too. But of course, Andrew LeBreton, as the song suggests, would like Kyle Noble to remember that you can't kill the boogeyman. Andrew LeBreton. This man, of course, these two both of them are known for a lot of flips, a lot of high-flying maneuvers when I first saw them face each other back in the day. I believe now, nearly 2 years ago. God, time flies when you're calling some good wrestling. So it'd be fantastic to see these two face each other yet again. And of course, Andrew LeBreton, like I say, a change of pace, so to speak. Obviously less talked about than that of Kyle Noble's, but it's still harrowing, to say the least. As we now await the referee to begin this matchup, the referee to ring the bell of the final time. Let's get this main event on the way. Kyle Noble immediately. Shot to the face. That poison runner up rip. Kyle Noble. Holy crap, one. Oh, kick out though. And the fans definitely enjoying that poison rana, as you can hear right behind me. And wait! The referee's down. That kick had so much force that it also took down the referee. Holy crap. She is hurt, and after that, she might have took her straight boot to the side of the head. But this is exactly the kind of situation that both Kyle Noble and Andrew LeBreton both strive in. As you can see on the camera, Kyle Noble has been cut open. I talk about the referee taking a straight boot. Maybe Kyle Noble just took a straight boot as well. A slight cut just above that right eye. Maybe blood dripping into the eye, excuse me. And causing a little bit of vision issues. But now, a beautiful guillotine choke. But Kyle Noble bridges through beautifully. And now big lariat by the headline. And of course, we can't talk about Kyle Noble without talking about his never-ending title challenges. Before this man was the headline, he was very much nowhere near championship gold. But now that he is, there is a constant talk about Kyle Noble can conquer the world, it feels like. And that's not just coming from Kyle Noble himself, but also critics. Is now a beautiful suplex spin around into a neck breaker. Love that. From a technical standpoint. And LeBreton's on the back foot to his former tag team partner. Step around, Pele kick. Goodness gracious me. And a kick out though by LeBreton at 2. And again, a lot of people are talking about Kyle Noble's. Hold on a minute. I'll continue my thought in a split second. No, okay. Counted. There's a lot of people talking about Kyle Noble's never-ending success, but where's Andrew LeBreton's never-ending success? I mean, God, this man was Kyle Noble's tag team partner. He has also gone through a very similar shift. And yet, none of the spoils are going towards the Alpha and or the Omega. I mean, there's a reason that Kyle Noble's name is the headline. He is all that the people are talking about is, oh my goodness. Love that. That was fantastic from LeBreton. That double underhook brainbuster. Oretta Hancha, as he likes to call it. And now, running forearm counted. But these two back and forth, like I say, these two know each other like at the backs of their own hands. They have an entire catalog of things inside of their head about one another. They have a whole move guide as if they're playing Tekken 8, goddammit. LeBreton going for something, but it's hit within the hamstring by Kyle Noble. But LeBreton is unfazed seemingly, and now, oh my goodness, knee right to the face after a flurry of strikes. Now LeBreton to the top. What is this? No, thinks against it, and he gets hit with a sling blade instead. That moment, hesitation, and that drop kick to follow caused LeBreton to be on the back foot now, and maybe might cause the end of this matchup now. Oh my goodness! Ashes to ashes. But no, never mind. LeBreton kicks out and another spin kick, this time to the back, doubling down. That feels like a whip cracked across your back with a kick like that, spinning around, using all the momentum to your aid. But now a knee right to the joints of the arm for Kyle Noble. He misses the knee. And now Kyle Noble in control one more time. Another beautiful suplex, floats over one more time. Referee in the way a little bit here, but another neck breaker. Excuse the shoddy camera work for cameraman. They've been on ball the entire show, and in one moment that they need to, they show referee butt cheeks. Anywho, Kyle Noble trying to build up ahead of steam. LeBreton stops that imminently, but Kyle Noble is not going to be stopped. And now Kyle, big leg break, shin breaker, and looking for something, maybe looking for another one of those. Ashes to ashes. LeBreton's back is dust, and that has got to be it for Andrew LeBreton. Boom, bang, done. Kyle Noble with a statement victory. A fantastic statement victory by Kyle Noble. Proving why the headline is at the top of the page, top of the billing. That fantastic show. Good night, everybody. I've been Kevin Christmas, and I'll see you next time.